Hi, so now I'm going to show you how to create a custom pattern. So how we can create patterns on the LED wheel from CircusConcept. You go in your bundle, you will have the editor. You start the editor, Windows or Mac, whatever you have. Once you have started it, the first thing that's important is you already should know how many pixels has your wheel. So how many pixels has each section of your wheel? So in my case, my wheel has 69 pixels, so 69 small LEDs on each section. So that's 69 for each section and 345, so multiply by 5, for the whole wheel. And there's two different ways to program your wheel. You can program it identical sequence on all sections or different sequence on all sections. So for this case, I will show you the identical on all section, and on a later video, different ones. So first, you're going to go on the new project, custom project. And you're going to go on the pixel count. You're going to go, for example, my wheel is 69, so I go for 69 pixel. The refresh frequency, that is how many refresh per second there will be. So this can go up to 250 hertz, so it's 250 different resolution per second. In my case, personally, I found out that the best resolution, if you want to see nice images on my wheel, is around 125. You can make different tests depending how fast you spin, what tricks you want to do, but at 125, I have a good resolution. That means that I have there's actually there's 1,000 milliseconds in a second. So at 125, so I have 1,000 divided by the 125. I have 8 milliseconds for each pixel. That's pretty important to understand for later, because I'm going to show you how the program works. So there you go, 69 pixel, 125 hertz, which gives me 8 milliseconds per pixel. Now, what the first thing you want to see, you can take a look and learn about. There's an open to open a project, save your project, export to model, import from model. So if you want to import something that's already in the model, the example test, you can do that. Parameters, that's to change the parameters of your current project. There's a pattern editor if you want to be editing any patterns from within the software. Personally, I prefer just to use directly Photoshop. So the first thing you can create a pattern as animation, which is not very useful because at the moment there's no animation for the actual LED wheel. It's more for the pro and the full staff. There's a table data, which I recommend to use. So first, the table data, you're gonna add either a pattern, a color, or a fade. You can also use the option to replace. So say I'm gonna add just first, I'm gonna start with a white color. I'm gonna click on it. It's gonna add it to my time frame. Start 0, duration 0.8 seconds, and 0.8. So you can double click on it, change the duration here. Let's say I want to have it for 5 seconds. Sorry, 0.5, and then you apply. So now then I can add a color. I can go to red, whatever color I want to put. You just click color. You can add whatever you want, and you've just made a few colors. Now you just always can adjust the start, duration, and end as much as you want. You can also double click on any of those. You can edit the color, you can change the color, the saturation, the value, everything. So if you want to have here the start and horizontal repeat. So in the case of colors, it's not possible. That's all you're going to be working with. What you can work with though is the intensity. So the value here, if you go to 125, is going to be half of the intensity, so it's like 50%. 255 is 100%. So anything between 0 and 255 will be the intensity of your LEDs for that color. So you can change that as much as you want. Now say you want to start your pattern, you want to start with a fade from black to white. So you're going to go fade from black into white. You can go to fade to less than 125, so 50%. You click on fade. It will always add up at the end of the program. So let me delete that one here on the delete button. Take the first one, and I'm going to do a replace here on the fade. So here, you can see I have a fade from black to 50% white as my first pattern. It's already lasting 5 seconds. Right, so now I've done the basics. So what I could do here, is you can play with that as much as you want. You can actually also, it's quite important here, open audio. Right now I'm working on a clones act, so I'm gonna add my audio here. It's gonna load up your audio so you can work on your here. Zoom, you can zoom in, zoom out, whatever you want. And you can work on your audio track, and you can actually simply just extend them to whatever. Okay, so I want my fade to go up to here in my music. Here I'm gonna have my red and my pinkish color up to here. Okay, and that is the basics. Now, once you have a basic program done, let's go take a look at patterns. So if you want to add a pattern, you have to open a folder. I'm gonna open my folder here. You will have some pattern library here. You just select it. And then here it will open everything you need to know. There's a size, the path, blah, blah, blah. And these patterns, this is what comes with your wheel. And you also be able to create your own pattern, which I will show you how to do later. So now say I want to have a color mandala, which is a very good looking thing. I select it. I click on pattern. It says my 345, because 345 is a 345 pixel color mandala, will be scaled down to fit the project because I have a 69 pixel project. I say okay. There you go. It's all scaled down for my 69 pixel section. I can extend it. There you go. So now you have to do that. You have unlimited possibilities. You know, we can have, I've done with just clocks. I can just add some clocks. You're going to be happy seeing clocks on my wheel when I spin. I can put some smiley faces. It's that easy to add the ones already existing. Now, once this is done, once you're happy with what you've created, also a little trick, by the way, I always recommend to add just black color at the end. Otherwise, the program also just runs back to the beginning. So I just always add a color black at the end. And I extend it way past whatever I need to do. So I'll add it for 5 minutes. There you go. Apply. See all my time. You see that my black is extending past my music, so my wheel is not going to start a pattern again at the end of my music. Once this is done, of course, your remote has to be turned on. You have to be connected to the Lightrix network, and your wheel sections have to be open. You will make an export to model, one vertical segment, because we're only programming one piece of the wheel. Say OK. And then you're going to put it somewhere. Klein Wandel, let me say test pattern. Test pattern. There you go. You export it. Now you're going to go back here to Lightrix remote. You're going to go open up your program. You're going to go. Gotta find out where that is. Test pattern here. You take it, open it. It's going to show up here. And now I will take all my nodes, put my next program. I get 4. Number 4 is an empty slot, so I can upload to each of my wheel section. Oops, sorry. Voila. So I've uploaded, and now all I have to do is select all nodes, select start, the music playing, and you can see my screen right now. There you go. That's the simple basics of programming patterns and image on your LED wheel. You can use the pre-programmed pattern. After that, what you can do, if you want to get things more interesting, you say, what would I like to add in these patterns? Say, I have no imagination right now, but you can just create whatever pattern you want. What is really important to understand, though, is how it works. Okay, so let me just show you real quick how this works. I'm gonna take my images. So here's Stripe running. So the program, how it works, is that it's a image-based program. All right. So you have to understand that each pixel, so this image is a 69 pixel image. Let me zoom it in. This image only has 69 here pixel from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom to the top, whatever you want to see it. So each one of these pixels up and down are going to be each one of the LEDs on your wheel. And as the time goes forward, the pixel will display this line of pixel, then the next line, then the next line, then the next line, next line, next line. All right. So in this case, this image, it's 35 by 69 pixel. So my 69 pixel high is each pixel on my wheel, and it's 35 large. 35 large is important because it tells you how fast it's going to display those pixels. Right now, in my case, I've put 125 hertz, so I have 8 milliseconds for each pixels, and this time I have 35 pixel, so it's only going to last 280, so 8 milliseconds multiplied by the number of pixels. This whole image is going to go quick in 280 milliseconds, which is basically a quarter of a second. So if you put that image in my program, it will last a quarter of a second each time it is. And then what you want to do, you want to go here and you want to repeat it. So let me just find it, stripe running here. If I add it as a pattern here it's going to last 280 seconds, as you can see it here, right? Well, you can repeat it many times as you want. I can repeat it 10 times. You see here at the bottom, that's what's going to happen, okay? But you have to understand that this diagonal line in your wheel is going to be one white going from one end of a section going to the other end of the section, and then starting again every time, and which will make that they were going to be running around each one of them when you add the 5 sections together.